Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Kevin Lyttle. Right now, OMG viewers, I'm in the building, hanging, we in Trinidad, yo. Well, I'm here actually on a promo run. I'm here to promote my new song. I got this new song called Slow Motion, which is doing pretty well all over the world right now since I released it last year in Australia. The buzz that was created in Australia from the shows and the performances, tours that I did really spilled over and has the song really buzzing all over the world. So I'm here to really shore up my carnival market, make sure my carnival people happy, you know? Yes, I am very international, as you can say, you may want to put it that way. My music really touches all borders, and it is soca, but it is soca with a crossover appeal that touches a lot of different genres. For example, Turn Me On was #1 top 40 in America, #1 on the Billboard charts in almost every single country in Europe, including the United Kingdom. Sold 1 million records the first week in the UK when it came out in 2003. So, you know, I'm trying to repeat the same thing with this new record called Slow Motion and keep that international appeal to my music, and so far it's been going very, very well. My philosophy towards the music business is to enjoy, you know. I've learned throughout the years that being in the music industry is like being a singer. You know, to a certain extent, it's a lot more about what you put out as an individual in everything that you do, and less about what you think about people around you or what people are doing. It's more about what you bring to the whole game. So you just have to be yourself and be happy and make yourself happy in what you do, especially if you love this industry and enjoy it. You got to focus on the positives. It's a lifestyle, but you have to do the lifestyle for real. Like, it can't be a fake thing or it won't last forever. You have to be you in everything that you do. When you're being pretty, when you're being handsome, when you're being good looking, when you're being nice, it has to be real. When you're being a singer, when you're being an actor, when you're doing whatever you're doing in the entertainment industry, if you don't do it really from your heart and with your personality, it becomes fake, and then every single time you have to be putting on a fake face. It gets tiring. You know? That's not something you can keep up. No, you can't keep that up at all. A husband, businessman, a father. I have 2 boys. Wow, a musician. In the sense I can sing, I can't really play no instruments. But you know, I am basically a fun-loving person. You know, one thing about my personality is that I'm very colorful. I like to be giving jokes. I like to be making. I like to make people laugh. And besides that, the only other thing is that I'm very creative, especially with writing. That's how I was able to write all my hits throughout the years. You know, because since I was a little kid in school, I've always been good at creating stories. Wow, there's been a lot of those, man. I think the worst time for me in my whole life was when I lost my mom in 2008. You know, she had a massive heart attack. You know, she had heart disease and didn't know. And you know, it prompted me to do a lot of changes in my life too, in terms of my lifestyle, because I'm now more vegetarian than anything else. Every now and then I would eat fish. Every Christmas Day I would have some ham though, you know. Can't not have ham on Christmas Day. If you're from the Caribbean, you know that. But in terms of the best time, I think one of the best times in my life was just the realization of what it takes to be successful. You know, I realized, you know, just, you know, through my wife, who's here with me as usual, that it takes more than just people around you saying, you're great, you're good, you're incredible, let me help you with this, help you with that, you know, which and while they're just really trying to help themselves. You know, I found somebody in my wife that has been there for me in a way that it's like family. My business is being run like a family, and my stuff is well taken care of. There ain't nobody just saying yes for the sake of saying yes. I get true criticism, and hence I know the truth about how to get my stuff done the right way. So I would say that's the the best thing that has ever happened to me, that moment of realization of what I really needed to do to be 100% my potential as an individual in this world. Well, if you're talking about in business, it's very hard, you know, because I went through a lot because of my previous management. You know, I lost a lot of ground in the beginning, being loyal to people who weren't really that loyal to me, or they couldn't be as loyal as they thought they were being to me, because, you know, they had their issues, and in trying to protect themselves too, they ended up hurting me more than anything else. So, you know, the truth is that with somebody who is in your family, or somebody who has as much at stake as you in everything that you do, it's a whole different scenario. Well, I grew up as an only child. My mom raised me. I used to have to run to my cousin them house to go and play with them, and it wasn't the easiest thing, you know, being an only child. I know a lot of people say you're spoiled and you have everything for yourself and you don't know how to share, which is true. You know, I've been through being an only child, not accustomed to having other people around me, but that was my childhood in the sense. But in the Caribbean, when you're an only child, you don't have no big brother, no sister to protect you. You usually get roughed up a lot. You usually get bullied a lot. And I went through a lot of that as a young kid coming up, because I didn't even have a father figure in the house to help toughen me up. So, you know, my growth took a different path as I was growing up, which I don't regret, because being on the path that I was is what brought me to where I am today. I would not have been the successful person I am today if I didn't have the particular trials and tribulations on the way. You know, all these things groom an individual. So that part of my childhood, I think, groomed me a certain way. You know, I have a certain type of respect for women, because I saw my mom struggle to take care of me when she didn't have no money at all, sometimes come home from work bawling. You know, I saw a lot that women go through for their kids, and I had a first-hand experience with it. So, you know, I have that type of just awareness of how women need to be treated and how they need to be respected and stuff like that because of my upbringing. Also, you know, I've been socialized with a lot of different families in the neighborhood. I had a lot of different fathers. You know, there was Mr. Francois in the alley whose son was one of my best friends growing up, and he was like a father to me. There was my cousin's father, who was like a father to me too, because he was the one who was always reading and into electronics and stuff like that. He used to fix all the electronic devices in the neighborhood, and that got me into loving electronics and wanting to be into electronic engineering. Hence, I got an associate's degree in the area. But, you know, all these different things around me as I was growing up made me the Kevin Lyttle that you see here today. You know, this turned me on, of course, with my music. Being able to be where I'm from at the time in 2001, which the Caribbean would know as the year when that song came out, because then you couldn't break into the international market, much less to hear an outside artist singing anything close to dancehall and get in Jamaica to play it. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to transcend all those obstacles, literally walk through walls that have not been able to be broken down without you selling yourself out. You know, so I think that I would say would have been the biggest breakthrough that set me on the path that put me where I am today. You know, turned me on, changed the music industry in a way that has never happened for Caribbean music. I'm from a little island where there's only 90,000 people, and all I loved was dancehall and R&B and a little bit of soca every now and then, because I was into dancing and acting. So you know I'm a carnival man. I was dancing on stage for the Calypsonians. I was dancing in plays. I was acting. I was representing my country right here in Trinidad, I think in 94 and 95 for Carrie Festa. I was in the arts holistically, you know, so I saw what it was like on the outside of St. Vincent. I saw how big of a scale Trinidad was. I remember how hard it was to even get the dancehall market to listen to soca. But for me to do a song that literally mashed through the whole region and then just literally turn up the whole world, there's nothing else in my life I can compare to that, you know? I think it's just that you always need people around you who truly care. You know, no matter what you do in life, no matter what job, whatever you're involved in, if you don't have people around you who truly care about you, helping you, you're gonna fail. That is just the way the world works, because when people don't care about you and they just want something from you, you will fall off that ladder and they won't be there to help you back up, you know? So that is like the biggest thing. You need people around you who care about you. In my industry in general, you mean? Like
in your life, right?
In my life, making love in a relationship work. Well, first of all, the woman had to be flexible. And she had to be able to put a couple girls on stage to wind up on you.
Be fine with it.
And be fine with it. You know, she had to be able to direct a couple music videos like mine do. My woman is my wife, I'm gonna tell you something, my wife is very, how should I put this? She is very talented in the sense that she's extremely flexible, not very flexible, extremely flexible. Her brain works in a way that I've never seen with any other person. She can move from one thing to another. She can juggle like 10 things at one time. She does explode at the end. When she gets it done, she does crash and close off for a day. But, you know, she's incredible in that way where she just decided that she was gonna help me with my companies and my business, and it's not failed me yet. You know, she's chipped in when we needed a director for a music video. She literally is marketing my music when we can't find people to market it. You know, she is like a one-stop shop. So, you know, and she's a 3-time All-American track star. And she's an architecture and civil engineer with a doctorate in the subject area. First black woman to graduate from the Coast Guard Academy in engineering. Like, I could go on and on. It's just a lot. It's incredible, you know, what is for you is for you. You know, this is how this world works, you know. What is for you is for you. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. Once you set on your path and you believe in positivity and positivity towards what you want in life, the universe will do the rest for you. It'll connect the dots for you as you go. It's up to you to open your eyes and see these pathways, because it doesn't always have to be $1 billion like Zuckerberg had right away. You know, your path can't be his. Your path can't be Bill Gates. You know, your path has to be you. And the great thing is, if you're really doing what you love and what you dream about, it does not take money for you to be happy. Just the fulfillment of doing what you do in a successful way that it impacts and makes changes in life around you would make you even more happy than being a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? What am I afraid of? Wow, I would like to say nothing, but like everybody else, I'm scared of dying, of course. That's like #1 on everybody's list, whether they're conscious of it or not. Because you don't know what is gonna happen. You know, I think I'm scared of losing my way, you know, because it's very easy for anybody to lose their way in life. So I try my best to be as, well, not just focused in terms of just my activities in life, the way that I go about my interaction with people, even my wife and my family, my kids. I try to be as neutrally effective as possible so that I don't destroy my path, and yet I still am able to get along with people. Kind of like I can tell you you're wrong, or I can get mad at you without you being mad at me, kind of way. Like I can correct you without you feel like you're being corrected. But still, I have a lot to learn in all those aspects. But you know, I'm trying to be that kind of person where I'm neutrally effective with everything that I do. Oh my God moment. I'm in a club in Shanghai, right? Now big up my brethren Caribbean Entertainment Brad. You know what I'm saying? Got me in a club in Shanghai, going back for the second time. And a whole heap of Africans waiting in the club to attack Kevin Lyttle. Because they feel like Kevin Lyttle had something to do with them not having Kevin Lyttle at a show. The last time I was in Shanghai. And end up in a big Indiana Jones warfare inside of a club that's shaped like an aeroplane in an underground bunker that's almost the size of Port of Spain. That is a mall underground. That is one of my OMG moments. Well, you know, I want to thank all my fans on the outside. You know, I want to thank everybody who has been supporting me throughout the years. You know I have a lot of fans, young and old, from all different ages, even the new ones that are now getting into Kevin Lyttle because you're probably born the other day. Don't worry, you're gonna learn. But you know, I just want to send love out to my fans and tell them to keep on keeping on behind me with my music. And you know, check out my new single, Slow Motion. It's on fire. And I got a lot of hot things coming. My record label is on fire. I want to let everybody know about my record company, my distribution company, which me and my wife are launching in the Caribbean this year. It's called Entertainment Made Easy, EME. You know, we're going to make it easy for Caribbean people to get their music into all the digital stores. You know, there's already TuneCo and CD Baby, but the problem with all those stores, by the time you done upload your music here in the Caribbean, you can't make a cent because you spend so much money to upload your songs to the stores. And you know, this is gonna be something that you have more closer relation because we as Caribbean people and we understand our Caribbean people's needs. We're gonna make it accessible for them, make it intuitive for them so that they can understand how to make their music, earn them money. Because believe it or not, every single song that is on a DSP sells somewhere in the world. Somebody listens to it. And sale doesn't necessarily mean that it's literally being bought. It could be being played on Pandora, being played on Spotify. So there's a lot to come within our realm. I also want to say thank you to everybody who dressed me today. Peter Odini with, what's the name of our company? Peter Odini. There you have it, Peter Odini, who got me in this nice jacket today. Big up my Vinci designer, you hear me? Yes. All right, yo, OMG viewers, you don't know, Kevin Lyttle signing out. Thank you very much for checking in and listening to everything I had to say. You don't know, check out my new record, Slow Motion. Do it to me once, do it to me twice, slow motion. Hey, 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 everybody sing, whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody sing, hey, hey, hey.